Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is enjoying their day. Please subscribe and like the video before continuing. Lauren Fenmore Baldwin's crisis. Over with Lauren Fenmore Baldwin, Lauren E. Bregman. She will panic over Michael Baldwin, Christian LeBlanc. Unfortunately, it seems that Lauren will get more worried than ever when Michael just can't resist old habits. Lauren does ask for Nikki Newman's Melody Thomas Scott help, but it puts the blonde in a really tough position. The young and the Restless fans know that when Lauren Fenmore Baldwin faces a crisis, the entire fabric of Genoa City shakes. A woman of elegance, power, and passion, Lauren has been a cornerstone of Y&R for decades, balancing her thriving business empire with family life that's been anything but calm. But this time, things are different. This isn't just another business challenge or a petty rivalry. Lauren's crisis hits at the very core of who she is, threatening everything she's built, her career, her marriage, and her identity. And as the storm intensifies, even those closest to her may not be able to save her from what's coming. Lauren Fenmore Baldwin has always been a fighter. From her days as a glamorous fashion mogul to her time managing Fenmores through countless corporate wars, she's faced betrayal, blackmail, and heartbreak. She's weathered storms that would have broken lesser women. But when life begins to unravel all at once, when personal and professional chaos collide, Lauren finds herself at a crossroads unlike any before. For a woman who's used to control, this crisis is the ultimate test. It all begins when Lauren's company, Fenmore's, faces a devastating blow. A major scandal threatens the reputation she spent years protecting. A series of leaks, possibly from within her own team, exposed confidential business information that could destroy her partnership with Jabot. The whispers in the boardroom grow louder, competitors circling like vultures, waiting to strike. Lauren's name is on everyone's lips, and not in the way she likes. Her empire, once untouchable, suddenly feels fragile. And when she realizes that someone she trusted might be behind betrayal, Lauren's world starts to crumble. Michael Baldwin, her husband and longtime confidant, tries to stand by her, but even their marriage begins to feel the strain. Michael has always been her rock, her calm in the chaos. But as the crisis deepens, the pressure takes its toll. Michael's involvement in high-stakes legal cases pulls him away, leaving Lauren to fight battles alone. The communication breakdown between them grows, and Lauren begins to wonder if her husband is keeping secrets of his own. Old fears resurface. Memories of betrayal, infidelity, and emotional distance. The thought of losing not only her company, but also her marriage is more than she can bear. Meanwhile, her past comes back to haunt her in the most unexpected way. Sheila Carter, the name that has haunted Lauren's nightmares for decades, makes her presence felt once more, not through physical danger this time, but through psychological warfare. Strange messages, anonymous deliveries, and eerie reminders of Sheila's past crimes begin to shake Lauren's composure. Is it really Sheila? Or is someone using Sheila's legacy to torment her? Either way, Lauren begins to spiral. Her grip on reality blurs as she tries to separate truth from illusion. Everyone around her insists Sheila is gone for good, but Lauren knows better. When Sheila's name enters a conversation, chaos follows. Her relationships begin to fracture under the weight of suspicion. Phyllis Summers, one of her closest friends, tries to intervene, but her own reputation for scheming makes Lauren wary. She doesn't know who to trust. Even Jack Abbott, her longtime ally, seems more concerned with protecting Jabot than helping her untangle the mess threatening her business. The more she fights to maintain control, the more isolated she becomes. Lauren's usual poise begins to crack, replaced by a growing sense of desperation. At the same time, her son Fenmore struggles with his own demons. His recent return to Genoa City was supposed to bring stability, but his erratic behavior and troubled past add another layer of tension. Fun's sobriety is fragile, and as his mother's crisis deepens, he's tempted to fall back into old habits. Lauren blames herself for not being there enough, for choosing business over family, and the guilt consumes her. Watching her son teeter on the edge while her marriage and company fall apart pushes her to the breaking point. The turning point comes when Lauren uncovers a shocking truth. Someone inside Fenmore's has been feeding information to a rival company, and all evidence points to someone she would never suspect. Whether it's an ambitious employee seeking power, a former partner out for revenge, or a Newman or Abbott pulling strings behind the scenes, the betrayal cuts deep. For Lauren, it's not just about money or reputation anymore. It's about trust. Every person she's ever let close now feels like a potential enemy. But Lauren isn't one to go down quietly. As her world threatens to implode, she begins to channel her pain into action. Her instincts, honed over years of surviving both business and personal wars, kick in. She starts digging, investigating, and reclaiming control piece by piece. Her charm becomes her weapon again, and her intelligence her greatest asset. Even as fear and doubt linger, she reminds everyone why she's a legend in Genoa City. Because when Lauren Fenmore Baldwin decide to fight, she doesn't just fight to win. She fights to destroy anyone who underestimated her. Michael, realizing just how deep the wounds run, steps up to defend her legally and emotionally. The scenes between Lauren and Michael are raw, emotional, and deeply human. Two people who have weathered decades of turmoil, now trying to find their way back to each other. Michael's fierce devotion collides with Lauren's pride, but ultimately, their shared history gives them strength. Their love story has always been one of resilience, and this crisis forces them to remember what they fought for all these years. Outside the Baldwin household, the rest of Genoa City watches as the situation spirals. Victor Newman, never one to ignore a moment of weakness, sees an opening. Could Fenmore's become part of his empire? Jack Abbott tries to help, but his own corporate challenges make it risky. Lily and Devin at Chancellor Winters debate whether to intervene, perhaps seeing opportunity where others see downfall. Lauren's name is suddenly at the center of every power conversation in town, and she knows it. For decades, she's played the fashion queen, the poised executive, the loving wife. Now, she's the underdog again, and that's when she's most dangerous. But the emotional core of Lauren's crisis lies not in the boardroom, but in her own heart. She's forced to confront the reality that she can't control everything. That vulnerability doesn't mean weakness. For so long, she's worn confidence like armor, never allowing herself to show cracks. But as the pressure mounts, she begins to rediscover her humanity. She learns to lean on those she trusts, to accept help, and to find balance between power and peace. It's a painful journey, but one that ultimately redefines her. As Y&R builds toward the climax of Lauren's crisis, fans expect powerful performances, emotional confrontations, and high-stakes twists. There may be shocking reveals. Perhaps Sheila's involvement runs deeper than anyone thought, or maybe a trusted ally turns out to be the enemy in disguise. Whatever the outcome, Lauren's story serves as a reminder that even the strongest can fall, but also rise again. Lauren Fenmore Baldwin's crisis isn't just a storyline. It's a portrait of strength under fire. It's about a woman who refuses to be broken, no matter how much the world tests her. Through betrayal, fear, and heartbreak, she rediscovers her inner fire. She may stumble, she may doubt, but in the end, she always finds her way back. Because Lauren isn't just another character in Genoa City. She's its heart, its elegance, its survivor. And if history has taught fans anything, it's that when Lauren's back is against the wall, she always emerges more powerful than before.